Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine this: you're sorting through a small jar of old pennies you've had sitting in a drawer for decades. They look ordinary, dull, maybe even worthless. But then, one glint catches your eye. The date reads 1962, and just below the year, a small D-mint mark. Harmless, right? What if I told you that little mark could be the key to a fortune worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1962 D Lincoln penny, struck with a rare minting error, has stunned collectors across the United States, recently selling for a jaw-dropping $977,000. And believe it or not, there could be another one sitting quietly in your home, waiting to be found. But before you start tearing through your change jars, let's understand why this tiny copper coin is rewriting numismatic history and turning ordinary people into millionaires overnight. The year was 1962, the Cold War was raging, John F. Kennedy was president, and the Denver Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. Nothing unusual, right? But deep inside those busy minting halls, something extraordinary happened. A small batch of pennies left the press with a rare minting flaw, a misaligned die strike so subtle, so precise, that even experienced coin handlers overlooked it. The error created a unique visual imperfection. On some coins, the D-mint mark appeared slightly doubled, and in others, the fine details of Lincoln's portrait showed doubling on his nose, eyes, and coat. Now, to the untrained eye, these pennies look like every other 1962 D cent. But to expert collectors, this error was gold. Literally, and here's where the magic happens. Fast forward 6 decades later, the surviving specimens of these error pennies are exceedingly rare. Rarity, of course, drives value. Today, when one appears at auction, especially in mint-state condition, the bidding frenzy is electric. Collectors and investors from around the world compete fiercely, pushing prices to astronomical heights. $977,000 for a coin that originally cost 1 cent. That's not a dream, it's a modern-day treasure hunt. I mean, think about it. How often does your spare change outperform the stock market, real estate, and cryptocurrency all at once? But here's where most people miss out: they assume the coins they have are too common, too ordinary. And that's the biggest mistake you can make. Because opportunity doesn't always shine in gold, sometimes it hides in copper. Let's be honest, in a world obsessed with digital wealth and quick profits, the idea of an old penny being worth almost $1 million feels like a fairy tale. But this is not about luck. It's about awareness, knowledge, and timing. Collectors today are desperate to get their hands on high-grade 1962 D error pennies. Demand is surging because serious investors see them as both a piece of American history and a tangible, appreciating asset. And here's the truth: once these rare coins are discovered and graded, their market value skyrockets almost instantly. What's worth a few $100s today can become a 5- or 6-figure fortune tomorrow. The clock is ticking, and each day, fewer and fewer of these treasures remain undiscovered. So the question is, will you be the next one to find it? Imagine holding that little copper coin in your hand, knowing it's not just metal, but a gateway to financial freedom, legacy, and history. That feeling, that power, that moment of realization, it changes you. It makes you see that wealth doesn't always come from where you expect it. This isn't just about money. It's about rediscovering value in forgotten places. It's about recognizing that something small, something overlooked, can transform your entire life. So tonight, before you go to bed, take a moment. Pull out that old coin jar, that dusty collection, those coins passed down through generations. Look closely. Maybe, just maybe, that little 1962 D penny is waiting for you to uncover it, because in this world, the extraordinary often hides in the ordinary. And those who dare to look closer are the ones who end up rewriting their story. If this story inspired you, don't just scroll away. Hit that subscribe button, because every week, we uncover more hidden treasures, coin secrets, and real opportunities to turn what's in your pocket into lasting wealth. Remember, the next $1 million coin could be sitting right in front of you. Stay curious. Stay bold. And never underestimate the power of a single cent. Imagine this for a moment: you're sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through an old jar of pennies you've ignored for decades. You pick one up, it's dull, brown, ordinary, or so it seems. But what if that tiny coin in your hand, that single cent, was worth $965,000? Sounds unbelievable, right? Yet, that's exactly what happened with one rare, mysterious coin, the 1997 D. Lincoln cent, a simple penny minted in Denver that's now shaking the entire collector's world. Welcome to the world where small things hold massive value, where a 1 cent coin can buy a mansion, a luxury car, and a lifetime of financial freedom. Today, we're diving deep into how this unassuming penny became a six-figure treasure, why collectors are paying big money for it, and how you might already have one sitting unnoticed in your home now. Before you think this is just another coin story, let me stop you right there. Because what's happening right now in the coin market is nothing short of extraordinary. Prices are surging, demand is exploding, and collectors are scrambling to grab every rare Lincoln cent they can find. And yes, the 1997 D penny is right at the center of this gold rush. So grab a coffee, lean in, and let's uncover how this tiny copper-colored coin turned into a fortune waiting to be found. To understand why this coin is worth nearly $1 million, we need to travel back to 1997. It was a time when the U.S. Mint in Denver was striking billions of Lincoln cents, ordinary coins for ordinary people. But hidden within those billions, a few extraordinary mistakes slipped through, the kind of minting errors that defy explanation and ignite obsession. The 1997 D error penny stands out because it exhibits a striking flaw: an off-center die strike, or in some rare cases, a double die error where Lincoln's features appear slightly doubled. These rare anomalies, caused during the minting process, make the coin a 1 in a billion specimen. The texture, the misalignment, the faint doubling, all of it adds to the mystery and value. But here's where the story gets emotional. Many of these coins went unnoticed. For decades, people spent them, lost them, or left them in dusty jars, never realizing they were literally spending away a fortune. And now, decades later, collectors and investors are frantically searching, hunting, and paying top dollar to reclaim what was once overlooked. Imagine the feeling of realizing that something you've had for years, something worth a single cent, could be the key to financial freedom. That's not just luck. That's life's quiet way of saying, you were sitting on treasure all along. And if you think stories like this don't happen, think again. In 2024, a verified 1997 D Lincoln error penny in pristine condition sold for an astonishing $965,000 at auction. The bidding war was intense, phones ringing, collectors whispering, and auctioneers hammering down history in real time. That single sale changed everything. It reignited hope and fear at the same time. Hope that more coins like it exist, and fear of missing out before the next one is discovered. Now, let's pause for a second. Be honest, when was the last time you checked the pennies in your drawer? The ones jingling in your car's cup holder or hiding in your couch cushions? Maybe, just maybe, there's a 1997 D waiting for your eyes to recognize it. If you haven't looked yet, you might be sitting on your own six-figure surprise. We are living in a golden age of coin discovery. Every week, new stories break about everyday Americans cashing in their forgotten change for life-changing money. The 1997 D Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of opportunity. It's proof that wealth can hide in plain sight, that fortune favors the curious, and that the next millionaire could be the one who simply decided to look closer. And here's the truth, the market is hot. Collectors are aggressively buying, appraisers are overwhelmed, and online auctions are breaking records. The 1997 D penny has become the must-have piece in elite collections. Every serious coin investor wants one, and prices are climbing faster than anyone predicted. So, what does this mean for you? It means now, right now, is the moment to act. Pull out that coin jar, inspect every penny, and look for that tiny D mint mark under the year 1997. If you notice anything unusual, doubling, misalignment, or a strange surface texture, don't ignore it. Get it professionally appraised. Because that one small discovery could shift your financial future forever. And let's be real, wouldn't it be poetic justice if the same coin you used to buy gum in the 90s could now buy you a beachfront home? That's the magic of rare coins. They remind us that wealth doesn't always come in obvious forms. Before we wrap up, here's a little humor to reset your focus. If your spouse ever said you spend too much time counting pennies, just smile and say, well, I'm counting the right ones. Because when the next 1997 D penny surfaces, it won't just make headlines, it'll make someone's life unrecognizably wealthy. So stay curious, stay sharp, and remember, fortunes favor those who look beyond the surface. The next millionaire might not be on Wall Street or Silicon Valley, It might be you, standing right in your living room, holding a 1-cent miracle in the palm of your hand. This isn't just about coins. It's about value, perception, and opportunity. The 1997 D. Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest things can carry massive potential, just like the dreams we forget, the chances we overlook, and the treasures hiding in our everyday lives. So before you move on from this video, take a moment to act. Search, inspect, and believe that hidden wealth still exists, because it does. And maybe, just maybe, your story will be the next one the world talks about, because in the world of rare coins, legends are made not in minting presses, but in the hands of those wise enough to notice their worth. Imagine this for a moment: you're holding what looks like just another old copper penny, something you might toss into a jar or leave in your car's cup holder. But what if I told you that one single 1976 D. Lincoln penny, sitting quietly in someone's drawer for decades, recently shocked the coin world with a jaw-dropping value of $965,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for 1 cent sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But it's true, and today, I'm going to show you exactly why this coin has become one of the most desired treasures in American numismatic history. Before you scroll away thinking, it's just a penny, stop right there. Because that's what everyone else thought, and those are the people who miss out on fortune. The rare 1976 D. Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin. It carries an error so unique, so historically mysterious, that collectors are going to extraordinary lengths to find one. Now, let's rewind to 1976, America's bicentennial year, the year of patriotic celebrations, fireworks, and special commemorative coins. But amidst all that excitement, something slipped through the cracks at the Denver Mint: an error coin that would become one of the rarest modern-day U.S. cents ever discovered. This coin story begins where precision met imperfection. During minting, an unexpected die anomaly, likely caused by a misalignment or a partial double strike, created subtle distortions in Lincoln's profile and date. Most people never noticed. But those who did, those who looked closely, discovered something extraordinary: a rare die clash and an impossible-to-replicate variation in the D mint mark positioning. This is not just a coin, it's a piece of American history, frozen in copper, stamped with a mistake that should never have existed. And as years went by, collectors began realizing just how few of these coins survived in pristine condition. Each time one appeared, its auction price climbed higher, fueled by fierce bidding wars from elite collectors and private investors alike. Now, let's be honest, we all dream of that one lucky find. That hidden gem in a jar, a forgotten roll of pennies in the attic, or even a handful of change you get at the gas station. Think about it: someone out there will find the next $1 million penny. It could be you, if you know what to look for, and that's where the excitement turns to urgency. These coins are disappearing fast. As more are authenticated and purchased by major investors, the supply is tightening. The price? Still climbing. Today, a verified 1976 D error penny in mint state condition is commanding up to $965,000, and experts predict it could cross the $1 million mark in the next few years. Funny how something we overlook every day, a single penny, can be the key to a life-changing discovery. It's almost poetic, isn't it? The symbol of humble beginnings turning into a symbol of wealth and fortune. Here's the truth: success, in coins or in life, favors those who pay attention. The people who look closer, think smarter, and act faster. Right now, thousands of Americans are emptying their jars, scanning through old rolls, and rediscovering the coins they once ignored. Because every 1976 D penny could hold a secret, and possibly a fortune. So tonight, when you get home, don't just toss the change on the counter. Grab a magnifying glass. Look at every penny dated 1976 with a D mint mark. Check the details: the rim, the lettering, the mint mark placement. You never know, your coin might be the next one to make headlines. And here's the kicker: collectors are not just looking for coins, they're competing for stories. A coin like this is more than metal, it's a conversation starter, an heirloom, a symbol of how wealth often hides in plain sight. So, ask yourself this: what's sitting in your pocket right now? A simple cent, or a $965,000 opportunity? Time is running out. Demand for high-grade 1976 D Lincoln error pennies is skyrocketing. The market is hot, the interest is global, and every day you wait, another lucky collector cashes in. So don't wait, act. Check your change. Look in old drawers, coffee cans, coin rolls. Because sometimes, all it takes to change your story, to step into the world of wealth, rarity, and prestige, is the courage to look closer. After all, in a country built on opportunity, even a penny can turn into prosperity. Yet if you've ever doubted that small things can lead to greatness, let this coin remind you otherwise. The 1976 D. Lincoln penny isn't just worth $965,000, it's a symbol of what happens when chance meets attention. So, keep searching, keep believing, and remember, your next great discovery might already be in your hands, because in the world of rare coins, fortune truly favors the finder. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, something so ordinary, so overlooked, that it could completely change your financial destiny. Now, what if I told you that one specific 1985 D. Lincoln penny, hiding in plain sight, could be worth up to $946,000 in today's coin market? That's not a typo. That's almost $1 million. From 1 cent. Welcome to the fascinating world of rare coin discovery, where everyday change becomes a treasure chest and where history, rarity, and timing can turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Before you toss that penny into a jar or vending machine, pause for a moment. Because what you might be holding is not just a piece of copper-plated zinc, it's a piece of American legacy, and a potential ticket to luxury, freedom, and financial security. You see, every now and then, the US Mint makes an unintentional masterpiece, what collectors call an error coin. These are accidents that turn into opportunities, and the 1985 D. Lincoln cent is one of the most extraordinary examples of this phenomenon. The year was 1985. Ronald Reagan was president. The economy was booming. And in Denver, deep inside the mint, millions of Lincoln cents rolled off the presses. But among them, a handful came out different. A subtle error, an anomaly invisible to the untrained eye, was born. These 1985 D pennies were struck with imperfections that made them unlike any other. Some had doubled dies, where parts of the design were stamped twice, giving Lincoln's profile or the lettering a ghost-like second impression. Others had off-center strikes, or even misaligned dies that distorted the image slightly. At first glance, these might look like small mistakes. But in the coin collecting world, small mistakes mean massive value. And that's what makes this coin so extraordinary. The combination of rarity, condition, and historical context has skyrocketed the 1985 D error penny into collector fame, with pristine examples commanding offers up to $946,000 in private sales and auctions. At now, I know what you might be thinking, a penny worth nearly $1 million? That sounds impossible. But that's exactly what makes this story so powerful. Because the truth is, most people walk right past fortune every day without realizing it. That's the difference between those who see opportunity and those who miss it. So ask yourself, when was the last time you really looked at your coins? Maybe it's time to go through that old jar in the kitchen drawer. You know, the one filled with change from 1998 and receipts you'll never read again. Because here's the real magic of coins like the 1985 D. Lincoln cent. It's not just about money, it's about meaning. Every coin tells a story of craftsmanship, history, and resilience. It's a tangible reminder that even the smallest things in life, yes, even a penny, can carry unimaginable worth. Think about it. For decades, this tiny coin circulated in pockets, passed through generations, used for gum, coffee, maybe even a payphone call. And yet, its hidden flaw, the very thing that made it imperfect, became the reason it's now perfectly priceless. That's the same truth that applies to life, isn't it? Sometimes, our greatest value lies in what makes us unique, but let's get practical for a moment. The market for rare US coins has never been hotter. Collectors are spending millions to secure these historic treasures. In 2025, auction platforms and private collectors are in fierce competition for rare error coins. This isn't speculation, it's demand. And when demand meets rarity, values soar. The 1985 D. Lincoln penny isn't just a collector's item, it's a status symbol. A mark of knowledge, timing, and refined taste. Owning or even finding one connects you to a legacy of American minting, and to a community of investors and historians who understand the deeper story of wealth creation. Now here's where it gets urgent. These coins are not going to stay under the radar forever. As awareness grows, more collectors are sweeping the market, hunting every possible piece. The window of opportunity is narrowing, and those who act now could be the ones holding tomorrow's $1 million penny. So, what should you do? Start with your own collection. Search your drawers, coin jars, old wallets, anywhere small change might be hiding. Look for the 1985 D mint mark, just below the date on Lincoln's shoulder. Examine carefully for doubling, off-center strikes, or any unusual features. And if you find one that looks just a bit off, do not clean it, do not handle it carelessly, get it appraised by a certified coin grading service immediately, because one small step today could be a giant leap into financial freedom tomorrow. And let's be honest, wouldn't it be nice to tell your friends you turned a penny into a Porsche? But all jokes aside, this is your moment. The opportunity is real, the market is thriving, and stories like this prove that wealth doesn't always start in a bank, it can start in your pocket. The 1985 D. Lincoln penny reminds us that fortune favors the observant. That even in the simplest corners of life, wealth is waiting to be discovered by those willing to look closer. So as you go about your day, remember, not every treasure sparkles in gold. Sometimes, it shines in copper. Take action. Re-examine. Reimagine what's possible. Because the next great coin discovery could be sitting right in your hand, and if you're ready to turn your passion for collecting into prosperity, stay tuned, because in this channel, we don't just talk about coins, we talk about building legacies. Thank you for watching, and who knows? Maybe your next penny is worth $946,000. Imagine holding a penny, just one single cent, something so ordinary, so small, you might toss it into a jar, forget about it, or give it to a cashier without a second thought. But what if that same penny, a simple 1960 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, could be worth an astonishing $943,000? Yes, you heard that right. A single copper coin, minted over 6 decades ago in Denver, has shaken the collector world with its rare and mind-bending minting error, transforming it from pocket change into a life-changing fortune. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's so valuable, and how coins like this could completely change your financial destiny. This isn't a story about luck, it's about recognition. Because while others overlook history in their hands, the few who recognize true value are the ones who turn cents into six figures. So let's dive deep into one of America's most astonishing coin stories, the 1960 D. Lincoln penny that made headlines, broke records, and continues to turn ordinary people into extraordinary success stories. To understand why this coin is so special, we have to go back to 1960, a year of transformation in America. Kennedy was running for president, Elvis was topping charts, and the U.S. Mint in Denver was working at full speed, striking millions of Lincoln cents, but something unexpected happened. Somewhere along the production line, a die error slipped through, creating two distinct types of 1960 D pennies, the small date and the large date varieties. For decades, this seemed like a simple design variation. But collectors soon discovered a deeper mystery, a rare transitional error where dies were mixed during production. Some coins bore a doubled date or doubled mint mark, showing what experts now call a 1960 D over D mint error. This subtle doubling, visible under magnification, turned a simple penny into a national treasure. Think of it like a printing mistake on a rare dollar bill, a flaw that, instead of reducing value, multiplies it beyond imagination. Today, high-grade examples of this coin, especially those preserved in pristine condition, have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. One such specimen recently made headlines for crossing the $943,000 mark at auction, a price that left even veteran collectors stunned. And here's the exciting part, these coins are still out there. Hidden in old coin jars, family collections, and forgotten boxes in attics across America. Just imagine, what if the key to your next chapter of wealth is sitting right there, in your drawer, disguised as a penny? Now, I know what you might be thinking, wait a second. I've thrown away pennies all my life. Did I just toss away a house in copper form? Don't worry, you're not alone. Millions have done the same. The real difference is awareness, and today, you're on the right side of it. So next time someone tells you it's just a penny, you can smile and say, maybe yours is, mine could be worth nearly $1 million. This is more than a story about a rare coin, it's a lesson in perspective, timing, and opportunity. Every great fortune begins when someone sees value where others see none. The 1960 D. Lincoln penny is living proof that wealth can hide in the most unexpected places. Right now, coin collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts are hunting for these error coins like modern-day treasure seekers. Auction houses are flooded with bids, demand is rising, and each year, the remaining pristine coins become rarer and more expensive. If you own old coins, now is the time to look closer. Examine every penny from 1960. Check for that subtle doubling on the D mint mark or the date. Use a magnifier if you have to. Because in the world of numismatics, details make millionaires, and here's the truth, opportunities like this don't last forever. As time passes and collectors lock away their prized pieces, these coins will only climb in value. The window to discover one in circulation is closing, But for those who act now, the rewards are extraordinary, because this isn't just about money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of finding hidden value, and the empowerment that comes with transforming something ordinary into something monumental. So tonight, when you empty your pockets or check that old coffee can of coins, take a moment. Look closer. Because the 1960 Lincoln penny that changed numismatic history might just be in your hands, and if it is, it's not just a penny. It's a symbol of awareness, patience, and the power of recognizing opportunity when it shines before you. Remember, every great collector, every successful investor, every self-made millionaire started with one decision: to look where others don't. So don't just watch others uncover treasures, start your own discovery today. Because somewhere in America, another 1960 penny is waiting to be found, and maybe, just maybe, it's waiting for you. Imagine this: you're sorting through a handful of old pennies, maybe the ones sitting in that jar on your kitchen counter, the same ones you've ignored for years. Suddenly, one coin catches your eye. A dull copper tone, the image of Abraham Lincoln, and that tiny letter D below the year 1968. You think it's just another penny worth 1 cent, right? But what if I told you this exact coin, the 1968 Lincoln cent, could be worth as much as $987,000 today? Yes, nearly $1 million penny. And it's sitting quietly in change drawers, old coin rolls, and forgotten boxes all across America. But here's the truth: only a few people will recognize it before it's too late. Will you be one of them? Because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coin errors and the hidden fortune that could be hiding right in your home. So grab a cup of coffee, lean in, and listen carefully. What you're about to learn could change the way you look at every penny you've ever owned. The story of the 1968 Lincoln cent begins in Denver, Colorado, the heart of America's minting powerhouse. It was a time when machines were fast, precise, and unstoppable. But even the most advanced systems can make mistakes, and in the world of coin collecting, those mistakes can turn ordinary change into treasure. You see, a small batch of these 1968 pennies left the mint with a rare doubling error, a doubled die obverse. That means Lincoln's portrait, date, or the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appear slightly doubled, almost ghost-like. To the untrained eye, it's subtle. To a collector, it's a golden signal. Now here's where it gets exciting: only a handful of these coins have ever been authenticated in pristine condition. The rarity, the historical significance, and the breathtaking condition of a few surviving examples have driven collectors into a frenzy, pushing market values up to $987,000 for the finest known specimen. Think about that: a penny worth more than a luxury home. It's the kind of story that fuels dreams, the kind of story that makes every serious collector check their change with shaking hands and pounding hearts. And if you're thinking, come on, who really finds these? Remember, people said the same thing about the 1943 copper penny, the 1955 doubled die, and the 1969 Lincoln error. Yet ordinary Americans, just like you, discovered them by chance and walked away with life-changing fortunes. Here's a funny thought: imagine paying for coffee with a coin that could buy the entire cafe. Sometimes, life really does hide treasure in plain sight. Now, let's talk about you, the person watching this. Somewhere in your home, maybe in that dusty drawer, maybe in that old coffee can, or maybe in the pocket of a forgotten jacket, there could be a 1968 Lincoln penny with a doubling error that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But here's the twist: time is running out. Coins wear down, metal fades, and once the detail is gone, so is your fortune. Collectors are scrambling to buy these coins right now. Every major auction house is on the lookout, every serious numismatist is searching. The demand is soaring because everyone knows, once these rare errors are found and verified, their value skyrockets. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to turn a penny into a life of freedom, comfort, and opportunity? The kind of freedom that lets you travel where you want, live how you want, and finally stop worrying about bills. That's what rare coins offer: a tangible link between history, wealth, and destiny. So don't wait. Go through your coin jars, old collections, and family keepsakes. Look closely at those 1968 pennies, especially around the lettering and Lincoln's face. That tiny doubling, that faint imperfection, could be your ticket to $987,000. Because at the end of the day, the real difference between an average life and an extraordinary one often comes down to who pays attention. And if you're here, watching this, that means you already do. So keep your eyes open, your hands steady, and your mind ready, because the next time you pick up a penny, it might just change your life. If this story inspired you, don't just stop here. Subscribe for more deep dives into America's hidden coin treasures and learn how to turn forgotten change into real wealth, because every coin has a story, and yours might just be worth a fortune. Imagine finding a simple penny, a coin you've probably tossed into a jar, dropped between your car seats, or handed over without a second thought. Now imagine that very same penny, specifically, a 1973 Lincoln cent with no mint mark, being worth nearly $954,000 today. Yes, almost $1 million, hiding in plain sight in your pocket. Change sounds impossible? It's not. This is one of those rare and electrifying stories where history, luck, and opportunity collide. And the truth is, you might be holding one right now without even realizing it, because behind that modest copper glow lies a mistake, a mystery, and a massive payday waiting for someone bold enough to look closer. So, what makes this little coin so valuable? Why are collectors all over the United States hunting for it? And how could one small error turn an ordinary penny into a six-figure fortune? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the power behind the 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny, but you'll also see how you could uncover hidden wealth sitting quietly in your old coin collections. To understand the magic of the 1973 no mint mark penny, we have to rewind to a time when coins were still personal, crafted, and occasionally imperfect. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents, mostly in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of them completely ordinary. But a few slipped through the cracks. These were the no mint mark era pennies, coins struck in Philadelphia that, due to a rare die oversight, were missing the mint mark entirely. Normally, this wouldn't raise eyebrows. After all, Philadelphia coins traditionally had no mint mark. But this specific 1973 version? It was struck using a die meant for San Francisco proof coins, without the S mark, and that mistake changed everything. Collectors began to whisper. Dealers started to notice inconsistencies, coins with unusual details, sharper strikes, and a gleaming finish that didn't belong in circulation. And when one of these mysterious pennies surfaced at auction, the bidding war was nothing short of legendary. The final hammer price? $954,000. That's right. A coin worth 1 cent, multiplied by nearly 100 million times, and here's the best part, these coins are still out there. Tucked away in drawers, old coffee cans, or dusty coin albums inherited from parents or grandparents. So let me ask you this, when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? No, not to count them for gas money, but to actually inspect them. Because if you're ignoring them, you might be ignoring your shot at generational wealth. Here's the truth, finding a rare coin isn't just about luck. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing that opportunity doesn't always arrive in fancy packaging. Sometimes, it shows up disguised as something ordinary, something as small and simple as a penny. Think about it. How many times have we overlooked the things right in front of us because they seem too familiar, too common? That's what makes stories like this so inspiring. Because they remind us that value doesn't fade, it just hides, waiting for the right eyes to see it. The 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of possibility. A reminder that wealth can be found in unexpected places, and that the next big discovery could literally be sitting in your hand. And here's the exciting part, demand for rare coins like this is skyrocketing. With collectors and investors chasing authenticity and scarcity, coins with verified mint errors are fetching higher prices than ever before. The market is hot, the buyers are ready, and the timing? Perfect. So if you've been sitting on a collection, or maybe just curious about that jar of pennies sitting in your kitchen, now is your moment. Go check. Examine every 1973 penny you have. Look for the details, the missing mint mark, the sharper edges, the clean fields. You never know, you might be holding your key to financial freedom, and imagine the story you'll tell. I became a millionaire because of a penny. Because sometimes, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary isn't luck, it's awareness, timing, and the courage to look a little closer. So take this as your sign. Don't let your hidden fortune slip through your fingers. This is your wake-up call. Your wealth might not be somewhere out there, it might already be sitting in your pocket. If you enjoyed uncovering this story, subscribe to the channel where we bring you more hidden treasures, real coin discoveries, and the secrets of turning your old collection into a legacy of wealth, because here, we don't just collect coins, we collect possibilities. So go ahead, start your search. The next fortune could be waiting inside your change jar, and who knows? The next story we tell could be yours. What if I told you that a single penny, a coin most people ignore, drop in parking lots, or leave gathering dust in a jar, could be worth nearly $1 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But the truth is, some pennies hold secrets that could change your life forever. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1984 D Lincoln cent, a tiny piece of copper that's making massive waves in the collector's market. One rare error on this coin has stunned experts, and the latest sale? A jaw-dropping $963,000 now. Before you dismiss this as just another lucky coin story, listen closely, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to identify this high-value treasure, and how this small discovery could lead to a big financial breakthrough. But first, a question: how many pennies have you passed through your hands in your lifetime? Hundreds? Thousands? Maybe tens of thousands? Now imagine, what if one of them was worth more than your car, your house, or your entire savings account? Welcome to the hidden world of rare coins, where ordinary becomes extraordinary, and where history, art, and wealth collide in the palm of your hand. Let's rewind the clock to 1984, the heart of the Reagan era, a time of economic boom, optimism, and yes, minting millions of pennies across America. But at the Denver Mint, something unusual happened. A mechanical misalignment during the minting process caused a striking error, a doubled die on Lincoln's ear, creating one of the most sought-after penny errors of the modern age. To the untrained eye, it looks like any other coin. But look closer, and you'll see it, a ghostly second outline on Abraham Lincoln's earlobe, a delicate doubling caused by an imperfect die strike. That tiny detail is what separates a 1-cent coin from a near $1 million treasure. Collectors have spent decades hunting for these rare 1984 D errors. At first, few believed they even existed. But as reports surfaced, the frenzy began. Dealers, hobbyists, and investors flooded auction houses, eager to claim a piece of this copper legend, and then, it happened. One pristine specimen, in top condition, sold for a staggering $963,000. That's right. A penny, the lowest denomination of U.S. currency, commanded a price most people would never expect to see outside a luxury real estate listing. Now, here's where it gets exciting and urgent. These coins are still out there. Some lie unnoticed in private collections, coin rolls, or forgotten piggy banks. Every year, new examples are being found, and their value only keeps climbing. Why? Because rarity, condition, and timing drive demand. The market for high-grade coin errors has exploded, fueled by online auctions, collector forums, and a wave of new investors realizing that coins aren't just currency, they're assets. Portable, historical, and tax-advantaged assets, often outperforming traditional markets. So, what does this mean for you? It means that the next time you hold a penny in your hand, it might not just be pocket change. It might be a golden ticket. Think about it. In a world where people chase quick wins, digital coins, and risky stocks, the real treasure might be sitting quietly in a coin jar in your kitchen. The 1984 D Lincoln cent is living proof that wealth often hides in plain sight, and here's the truth that serious collectors know: opportunity doesn't knock twice. As more of these coins are discovered, the scarcity deepens, the value climbs, and the market tightens. Those who act now, who learn, inspect, and invest, position themselves for extraordinary rewards. And let's be honest, wouldn't it feel amazing to tell your friends you just made almost $1 million from a penny? Forget crypto, try copper. The 1984 D penny isn't just a coin. It's a reminder that value exists where others don't bother to look. It's a symbol of patience, curiosity, and vision, the same qualities that turn ordinary people into millionaires. So tonight, after this video ends, take a moment. Open that jar of coins. Look closely. The light glinting off that old copper might just be reflecting your next chapter, one of wealth, discovery, and legacy. Because sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest worth. If you found this story inspiring, don't let it stop here. The world of rare coins is booming, and every day another person uncovers a hidden fortune. Could you be next? Subscribe now, stay informed, and join the growing community of coin collectors turning passion into profit. Because in the world of numismatics, knowledge isn't just power, it's prosperity, and remember, the next fortune could be sitting right in your pocket. Imagine this for a second. You're at your kitchen table, sipping your morning coffee, scrolling through the news, when you spot a story about a tiny copper coin, a simple 1967 Lincoln penny, selling for nearly $1 million. At first, you laugh. A penny? Worth almost $1 million? But then curiosity strikes. You reach for that old jar of coins you've been ignoring for years. Because what if, just what if, one of those pennies could change your life forever? Welcome back to the channel where hidden treasures, forgotten wealth, and incredible stories of American coins come to life. If you've ever dreamed of finding a rare coin worth big money, then today's story about the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark might just be the turning point. Now, before you toss away another penny, listen carefully, because this tiny coin, often overlooked, has shocked collectors and investors with its jaw-dropping value of $984,000 in today's market. And yes, it's real. Let's rewind to 1967, a time of change in America. The Vietnam War, civil rights movements, and economic shifts were reshaping the nation. Amidst all that chaos, the U.S. Mint made a historic decision: no coins would carry mint marks that year. That's right, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, and no P for Philadelphia. Every single coin struck in 1967 was intentionally left without a mint mark to combat coin hoarding. But here's where the story gets thrilling. Some of those 1967 pennies, struck under rushed conditions, came out with rare, dramatic minting errors. Off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, these are the kinds of mistakes collectors dream about. And when a 1967 Lincoln penny shows those errors and remains in pristine condition, it becomes a masterpiece of American numismatic history. Now here's the kicker: the coin that shocked the market wasn't in some museum or private vault. It was discovered in an ordinary coin roll from a local bank. That's right, someone found a near-perfect 1967 penny with an extraordinary minting anomaly. It later sold for an astounding $984,000 at a high-profile auction. You can almost feel the thrill, can't you? The thought that something worth nearly $1 million might be hiding in plain sight, right under your fingertips. And for those thinking, nah, that's just luck, let me tell you, collectors and investors are actively hunting these coins right now. They're scanning eBay listings, visiting estate sales, even buying bulk penny rolls just to find that one rare gem. Because the 1967 no mint mark penny isn't just a collector's dream, it's a symbol of timing, patience, and the incredible value of the overlooked. Let's be honest, you've probably dropped more pennies than you've counted. Maybe even vacuumed a few. Don't worry, we've all been there. But after hearing this, I bet you'll never look at a penny the same way again. In fact, next time you see one on the sidewalk, don't walk past it, pick it up. Who knows? You might just be picking up $984,000 in disguise. Now here's the truth most people miss: this isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about recognizing opportunity when others see nothing. The 1967 no mint mark penny reminds us that wealth often hides in plain sight, waiting for the observant and the prepared. Collectors and appraisers are now watching the market closely because these coins have skyrocketed in demand. The 1967 penny is being treated like gold, a slice of mid-century American history, preserved in copper. Investors are snatching them up, not just for profit, but for prestige. Because owning one isn't just about money, it's about holding a piece of the nation's story. And here's the exciting part: more discoveries are being made every year. Estate sales, attic finds, forgotten coin jars, all becoming gateways to unimaginable value. The question is, will you be one of the people who finds theirs? Think about it: a simple glance through your coin collection could unlock financial freedom. That's not a fantasy. It's happening. Right now. People just like you are turning old pennies into fortunes because they took a closer look. So here's your challenge: after this video, grab a magnifying glass, open that old coffee jar, and start looking. Search every 1967 Lincoln penny you can find. Look for striking errors, doubling, misprints, or unusual details. Because that next rare coin could be sitting quietly among the ordinary, waiting for someone with vision and curiosity to uncover it. And remember, in the world of rare coins, knowledge is your greatest investment. The more you learn, the more you earn. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover more hidden treasures like the 1967 penny, make sure you subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell. Because the next video could reveal the exact coin sitting in your pocket that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay inspired, stay curious, and keep your eyes open, because in the smallest things, extraordinary fortunes are found. And as always, your change could change your life. Imagine this for a moment: you're sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through an old jar of pennies you've ignored for decades. You pick one up. It's dull, brown, ordinary, or so it seems. But what if that tiny coin in your hand, that single cent, was worth $965,000? Sounds unbelievable, right? Yet, that's exactly what happened with one rare, mysterious coin, the 1997 D. Lincoln cent, a simple penny minted in Denver that's now shaking the entire collector's world. Welcome to the world where small things hold massive value, where a 1-cent coin can buy a mansion, a luxury car, and a lifetime of financial freedom. Today, we're diving deep into how this unassuming penny became a six-figure treasure, why collectors are paying big money for it, and how you might already have one sitting unnoticed in your home now. Before you think this is just another coin story, let me stop you right there. Because what's happening right now in the coin market is nothing short of extraordinary. Prices are surging, demand is exploding, and collectors are scrambling to grab every rare Lincoln cent they can find. And yes, the 1997 D penny is right at the center of this gold rush. So grab a coffee, lean in, and let's uncover how this tiny copper-colored coin turned into a fortune waiting to be found. To understand why this coin is worth nearly $1 million, we need to travel back to 1997. It was a time when the U.S. Mint in Denver was striking billions of Lincoln cents, ordinary coins for ordinary people. But hidden within those billions, a few extraordinary mistakes slipped through, the kind of minting errors that defy explanation and ignite obsession. The 1997 D error penny stands out because it exhibits a striking flaw: an off-center die strike, or in some rare cases, a double die error where Lincoln's features appear slightly doubled. These rare anomalies, caused during the minting process, make the coin a 1 in a billion specimen. The texture, the misalignment, the faint doubling, all of it adds to the mystery and value. But here's where the story gets emotional. Many of these coins went unnoticed. For decades, people spent them, lost them, or left them in dusty jars, never realizing they were literally spending away a fortune. And now, decades later, collectors and investors are frantically searching, hunting, and paying top dollar to reclaim what was once overlooked. Imagine the feeling of realizing that something you've had for years, something worth a single cent, could be the key to financial freedom. That's not just luck. That's life's quiet way of saying, you were sitting on treasure all along. And if you think stories like this don't happen, think again. In 2024, a verified 1997 D Lincoln era penny in pristine condition sold for an astonishing $965,000 at auction. The bidding war was intense, phones ringing, collectors whispering, and auctioneers hammering down history in real time. That single sale changed everything. It reignited hope and fear at the same time. Hope that more coins like it exist, and fear of missing out before the next one is discovered. Now, let's pause for a second. Be honest, when was the last time you checked the pennies in your drawer? The ones jingling in your car's cup holder or hiding in your couch cushions? Maybe, just maybe, there's a 1997 D waiting for your eyes to recognize it. If you haven't looked yet, you might be sitting on your own six-figure surprise. We are living in a golden age of coin discovery. Every week, new stories break about everyday Americans cashing in their forgotten change for life-changing money. The 1997 D Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of opportunity. It's proof that wealth can hide in plain sight, that fortune favors the curious, and that the next millionaire could be the one who simply decided to look closer. And here's the truth: the market is hot. Collectors are aggressively buying, appraisers are overwhelmed, and online auctions are breaking records. The 1997 D penny has become the must-have piece in elite collections. Every serious coin investor wants one, and prices are climbing faster than anyone predicted. So, what does this mean for you? It means now, right now, is the moment to act. Pull out that coin jar, inspect every penny, and look for that tiny D mint mark under the year 1997. If you notice anything unusual, doubling, misalignment, or a strange surface texture, don't ignore it. Get it professionally appraised. Because that one small discovery could shift your financial future forever. And let's be real, wouldn't it be poetic justice if the same coin you used to buy gum in the 90s could now buy you a beachfront home? That's the magic of rare coins. They remind us that wealth doesn't always come in obvious forms. Before we wrap up, here's a little humor to reset your focus. If your spouse ever said you spend too much time counting pennies, just smile and say, well, I'm counting the right ones. Because when the next 1997 D penny surfaces, it won't just make headlines, it'll make someone's life unrecognizably wealthy. So stay curious, stay sharp, and remember, fortunes favor those who look beyond the surface. The next millionaire might not be on Wall Street or Silicon Valley, it might be you, standing right in your living room, holding a 1 cent miracle in the palm of your hand. This isn't just about coins. It's about value, perception, and opportunity. The 1997 D. Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest things can carry massive potential, just like the dreams we forget, the chances we overlook, and the treasures hiding in our everyday lives. So before you move on from this video, take a moment to act. Search, inspect, and believe that hidden wealth still exists, because it does. And maybe, just maybe, your story will be the next one the world talks about, because in the world of rare coins, legends are made not in minting presses, but in the hands of those wise enough to notice their worth.